Yeah, Raj, yesterday we have seen about array and what is the use of the array and how we can declare an array and how we can insert the elements into the array. So, and how we can retrieve the elements from the array. That all we have seen with the array. So that time while explaining that array, I have said one disadvantages. If you remember, can you please tell me that disadvantage? One disadvantage I explained to you in the array explanation.
Yeah, I remember. I got that, but one thing is we
Yeah.
cannot create multiple something with a multiple.
No, it's not multiple. So once I declared an array with this size, so we can't increase the type, size dynamically. So,
Yeah.
so because while explaining that I have created one array with the size of 10. While
Yes.
I was inserting the array element at the index of 11, we got an error saying that array index overflow error.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, so that means once we create an array with the set of index, that means set of size, if we want to extend that size dynamically, there is no way in the array. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the limitation we have. Let me repeat that with an example, so that I can explain clearly with this topic of collections. So before explaining the collection itself, I just want to give an heads up on what was the disadvantages we have array. So I'm going to declare one array with the integer type, and my array name which I'm going to give is IDs. IDs is my an array name. Here I'm going to give integer, sorry, new int, and size I'm declaring as 10, right? The size I'm declaring for this IDs array is 10. And later point of time I want to insert my elements into that particular array. So with the index of 0, first element I am going to insert as 1, and IDs with the index of 1 I'm going to insert as 2, and at the same time IDs. So here basically what is the maximum length, maximum index for this array? What is the maximum index
10.
we can store? Index.
10.
Index. See, index started from 0, right?
Yeah.
Then it would be 9.
9. 0 to 9. Yeah.
Yeah, 0 to 9. So what is the maximum index I can store? 9. So
9.
9 I'm going to give as a value as 10 here. So 10 is my ID, and uh, I'm going to just execute this program using this for each loop. So I'm going to iterate the collection. My collection name is IDs here. Okay. So console.writeLine. So I'm just displaying my IDs. Array ID 0, comma. So our item name is items. So this is what we can do. And I'm going to execute this one. So from for first we have assigned as, for first index we have assigned as 1, second we have assigned as 2, and the ninth we have assigned as 10. So as of now
Yeah.
it is working fine. So now what I'm going to do is I want to insert the 11th element into my array. So if you see here, 11th element in the sense 10th index, okay, and I'm going to insert the 11th element. So previously it was our program without this line of code working fine. Now we'll see how it gonna work. So it's giving an error, right?
Yes.
it's giving an error saying that index was outside the bounds of the array. That
Okay.
means we declare an array with the size of 10, but we are trying to insert the 11th element into the array. Okay, so that's why it is giving an error. So this is the one limitation we have with this array. That means once I declare an array with the specified size, it will not auto grow. Means if I insert the one more element, it will not increase the size. So that size is static. Once we declare that, you need to follow that size only. So that is the disadvantage with this arrays. Okay. So basically, the advantages of array is we can store the multiple elements under a common name with the same data type. So that is the one advantage we have with this array. But the disadvantage with that particular array is it will only take the particular numbers based on the size of the array. So that is the disadvantage of this particular array. So now we will see how we can overcome this particular array disadvantage here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one. And the next topic what we have here is this one, collections. So previously we have seen the array, and now we are entering into the one concept in C#.NET, which is the array. Sorry, which is the collection. There are two types of collections are there. One is general collection. Sorry, one is normal collections. We can just call it as collections, and we have another type which is called as generic collections. Okay. So we have two types of collections. First one is just collection. We will basically call normal collections or collections itself. We do have another type of collections which are called as generic collections. Collections and generic collection. Two types of collections are there. One is collections and another one is generic collections. We will first see what are all comes under the collection, and we will move to the generic collection. We will first see what are all concepts, what are all topics comes under particular collections, and we will see what are all comes under particular generic collection. Okay, so you understand, right, Ras?
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, two types of collections are there. One is collections and another one is generic collection. First, we will see what are all comes under the collections, and later we will see what are all comes under the generic collections.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see the first item what we have in this particular collection is array list. The first item what we have in this particular collections category is array list. So let's see one example, and we can understand how to work with the array list. Okay. So before explaining this concept of array list, so I need to give kind of idea or kind of information what we need to have in order to work with the array list. Okay, so if you see here, we have one more namespace which we have defined on top of the particular program, which is called as system.collections. In order to work with the collections in our C# program, we need to use one namespace which is system.collections. Okay, so if I remove this one, so if I just commented this one, I am unable to use this array list collection here. In order to use that particular collections in our C# program, we need to import one namespace which is called as system.collections. That we need to remember. While working with the collections, you need to import one namespace which is called as system.collections. So are you clear, Raj, about this? Raj.
Hello?
Yeah, Raj. So what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm hearing. I'm able to hear.
yes, what I'm trying to explain here is in order to work with the any collections in C#.NET, we need to import one namespace which is called as system.collections. So this is mandatory. We need to import in our C# program in order to work with any type of collections. Okay. So if I remove this one, you will get an error this line of code. Okay, so
Mhm.
that is one thing we need to remember while working with the collections. And let's come to the topic of array list. So in ArrayList, basically in previous program using the arrays, we have seen one drawback which is called as a limitation of a size. So once we defined an array with the particular size, you need to insert that many numbers in that particular array. But once comes into this particular array list, so how we can create an array list here is we need to use one class which is called as ArrayList, and we need to create one object for our particular ArrayList class. For this object, if I want to insert a number, then we need to use one method which is called as add method, which is called as add method. Add method is help us to insert elements into that particular array list. Add method of that particular array list will help us to add the elements into that particular array. Okay. Previously, what we did, we have created one array like this, integer, and we gave the name as IDs and new integer array. And here we specify the size. Similar syntax here also. We are creating the array list. We are creating the object for our array list with the name obj, and with that object we have one method, add method, to add the elements into that particular array. Okay, here adding the element, if you see here for my array list, I can add string value, I can add integer value, I can add float type of value. But if I see the integer array, I can only add integer elements to my integer array. Okay, if I create my array with the string type, I can add only string values into my particular array. Okay, so but if we consider the array list, where we can add any type of values, that means string values we can add, integer values we can add, or we can add the float type of values, or we can add the character type of values as well. Okay, so that's how we can add the elements into an array. So simple difference between the array and array list is here, while declaring an array, do we specify any kind of size here?
No.
We haven't specified any size. How many elements you want to add? You can dynamically add those many elements. It will automatically grow the size of that particular array list. Okay, so if there is a need, I want to add 10 elements. Without specifying the size, I can add those 10 elements. Okay, and later point of time I want to add the 20 more elements. There is no issue with this array list. You can keep on you can work with this array list to insert the more numbers. As per your wish, you can add at any point of time. So that is the best advantage what we have in the array list compared to the arrays. Array list having the ability to auto grow the size. So it will automatically grow this particular size whenever you want to add element. So if I take the now if I take the size of my array list, it will have 3 only. If I add two more elements, then I specify, then I get that particular array list size, it will become the 5. And later point of time, if I add 20 more elements, then array list will have the 25 members. At that time, my array list size become 25. Automatically, based on your numbers, based on your values in the inside that particular array list, it will keep on increasing or auto grow this particular size. So that is the advantage of this array list. Okay, so how we can create an array list? We need to create the object for our array list class, so that we can add that particular array list. Here I can create my array list with IDs as name, and I can keep on adding my IDs here. IDs dot add. I can add 1, I can add 2 here, I can add 3. How many numbers we want, we can keep on adding this one. Okay. Okay, so this is how we can add the elements to my array list here. So how we declare an array list? We use the array list class by creating one object with the name IDs. With that name, we are using one method which is called as add method. So which will be useful for us to add the elements into that particular array list. So like that we can add any number of elements into my array list. Okay, so
Yeah.
one more advantage with this array list is where I can store any data type values. I can store the integer value, I can store the float type of values, I can store the string type of values, or I can store the character type of values as well. This is how we can work with the array list. Okay, so I'm just removing this one here, Ras. Now, so yesterday we have seen the phone number concept, right? Like yesterday we have seen to store the friend phone numbers into an array, right? Yesterday
Yeah.
we have seen. So similar
Mhm.
kind of stuff, we want to convert it for the array list. Then how we can write? You just guide me. I can type the things here. So first, what we need? So first, start from here. What we need in order
Yeah,
to
we need
work, we
compulsory. We need right. We want to create namespace for collection
yeah, using. For that we
names
need to use the using system dot collections.
collection.
So this is the one we definitely need to use while working with the collection. So this
Yeah.
first part is done. So we were able to create, we were able to import the namespace, and the next part is,
Now array list.
yeah,
Now four numbers, right? Four
the
numbers. Will be like
array list. First we need to start with the this one, right? Array list.
yeah. Array list is the
Array list is the class name, and
class
we
name.
need to create the object with the name
Will
phone
create as
numbers.
four numbers.
Phone numbers equal to new
New array list.
array list. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have create one object for our array list class with the name phone numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
now I want to add the elements to the phone numbers
List.
array list. So what
Yeah.
method we can
So,
able to use?
so now we will call the method with the object. Now we'll create an object like
No, no,
phone
we
numbers.
already created object. With that
Yeah.
object, we have list
Now
of
add method.
yes. So now we can use the add method. Inside
Now
that,
with phone number.
whatever the phone number, like RAS,
Yeah.
Whatever the phone
Mm.
number we want to use,
Yeah.
we can use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, how many types of how many phone numbers we want to use? We need to keep on use this add method to add those phone numbers and the names into our phone numbers array list. Okay. So it's very easy where we can iterate. Iteration is same. However, whatever for each loop we use it for the array, same we can use
Mm-hmm.
it here. Same we can use and we can print our values.
Okay.
Okay. So basically the understanding is important here. So first we have seen arrays. So we understood that there was some drawback with this arrays. So what was the drawback? The size. Okay, size is static and it is not auto grow. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes under the array list, it's a auto grow mechanism. It follows auto grow mechanism. Means so we haven't defined any size here. While declaring the array list object, we haven't defined any size. Once you use this add method, and we can add the elements to our array list object. Okay, if I see the size of this particular array list here, the size will become the one here. Let's see that one as well. Length or size. So console dot write line. What is our array list class? This one. Size or length. Length or size something we have. We have add method last index of sort length. So there is no length here. Count. We have a count. Okay. So if we see, if I try to execute this one, so what is the count we have? We have the one is the count. If I add one
Yeah.
more element, if I add one more element to our particular array list, it will definitely increase the count. Now the count is 2, right? Now the count become 2 here. Previously it
Yeah.
was 1. Now the count increased as 2. So that's how it is auto grow in our C# program. So
Oh,
once you declare an array, whatever the elements, whatever the types of elements we have, and how many elements you want to add, that many elements you can keep on adding. Okay.
okay.
So that is the advantage of this array list. Okay. So this is one method, and if you see here, I have the add method to add the elements into my array list. Okay. See, like what I can do here is I can home here Muzaffar. Here the number is this one. Okay. Now the need is I want to add one more friend phone number here, but I want to add that number in between Raj and Muzaffar.
Okay.
So the need is I have two friend numbers here. I already added into my four numbers array list. Now the thing is I want to add one more friend number, but if I add that one, it will automatically comes as last.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then array will be getting last. Here we want to get middle. Okay.
Yes, yes. So if I add, if I, for example, what I can do is, if I copy the same line of code, and if I paste it here, and if I type like here, Madan, if I type like this, and here the phone number, if I type like this, and if I execute my program, So whatever the elements we have, Ras, Muzaffar and Mother, automatically it will come like this. Okay, the output
Mm-hmm.
also. But I don't want to come this Mother name at the last. Instead, I want to add this element in that particular position. In that particular position, I want to add the element. At that time, what we can use is we can use this particular method, which is called as insert method. What it will do is, if you see here, if I type this one, it will accept two values. One is index and second one is value. So it is taking add method will take only one method, but insert method will take two parameters. Sorry, add method will take one parameter, whereas insert method will take two parameter.
Mm-hmm.
In the two parameter, first parameter indicates the index of that particular value, and the second parameter will indicate the value. Okay, so instead of using this add method, if I use this insert method, and provide the index here, saying that, so go and insert my value at position index 0 based index. So I'm saying that insert at a second position means here it is mentioning that the 0 based index means array list also follow the index with the starting from 0. So I want to add my element this particular Madan and his phone number in second position. Okay, so that's why I'm giving the position value as a 2, and the whatever the value I want to supply, I'm going to supply that value here. Now if I go and run this program, so how we get the output?
Yeah.
So
But here you wrote position of one, insert one, right?
one means because I will show you how it will work. If you see here, this
It come
insert
as zero
method,
one.
yeah, it start from the 0. 0 is Ras,
Okay, okay.
1 is Mother now, and 2 will move to the Muzaffar, third position.
Yep. Okay.
So that's how it works.
Understood.
Yeah, so basically add method will help us to add the elements into the array at the end. Every time if you add any elements into that particular array list, it will add at end only. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but if I want to insert, if I want to add particular a value into my array list at a specified position, then what we need to do is we need to use this insert method. Okay, so if I use this insert method by specifying the index where it need to be insert, automatically it will go and insert that particular position.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how we have a difference in the add and the insert. Okay, let's see whatever other methods are available with this array list. Okay, so if I type this one, let's see what are the important methods are there while working with this array list. So capacity, so I told you, right, size and count, uh,
Count.
length will all become same functionality. Capacity will give the capacity of that particular array. So if I see that if I write console.writeLine, okay, phone numbers dot capacity. If I execute this one, the capacity of an array is become 4. But count of an array is 3. So count means like how many elements are there in that particular array will become the count. Capacity means whatever the size of the particular array list will become the 4. It always having the one space for the next element. See,
No,
4.
right, right. Capacity becomes 4 means how you have
Yeah,
only
yeah.
3 count 3.
Yeah, I will tell you. So let's comment this line of code here. Okay, so we do have two methods here. One is count and second one is capacity. So
Yeah.
count indicates that how many elements we have in that particular array list.
Mm-hmm.
How many elements we have in that particular array list. Capacity indicates that what is the capacity of that particular array list, means the size of that particular array list.
Okay.
So that means if you see here, we have added 3 elements. So
Mm-hmm.
it's have the fourth element space, it's have one more element space as a buffer to add the another element. If I add
How
one
can we
more,
have this?
so yeah, that what I will explain to you. See, now I'm going to add one more element with the same name or some ABC here. Okay.
Mm.
Now I'll go and execute this one. The size will become 4. How it will become?
Now capacity become 5, right?
Yeah, that capacity become 5. So what it becomes is gets or sets the number of elements that the array list. Get the number of elements actually contained in this is the correct. This one is correct. If you see here, get the number of elements actually contained in that particular array. That's what we got. 4 elements we have and 4 count we have. And coming to this capacity here, get or sets number of elements the system array list can contain. So it's also same here. So let me add one more element here. DEF, and I'm going to remove this one. Now 4. And let's remove this one more item. 4. It's added but removed.
How?
How? So let me remove one more. Okay, got it. 4 2. Yeah. So I will tell you here. So the thing is, so currently we have 4 elements, and let me add one more element. Yeah, I will explain the thing. So we have 6 elements into our array, and if I run this one, previously we have 4 elements and I added 4 more elements. Now they become 8. I will give example. I will write one more thing and we will. No. Just wait, Ras. So to explain the concept in better, what I can do is dot clear. Use this one and you will get an idea. Remove this. Okay. Now all are 0 only, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I previously we have first created 4 elements, second we have created 4 elements, like that we have done something stuff here. So I clear everything. Okay. Now the size of the the capacity of that particular phone number array list is 0, and the count of that particular array list will become 0 only. Now do our manipulation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to comment this one here. Whatever the stuff we want to do, like add and 4 numbers, right? A, B, C, and this one. Okay, I am adding one element here. So become why it is big 4 here. Previously we cleared the thing, right? Let's do 0. If I add one element, okay, 4. This is fine. So every time it is increasing 4 2, and again if it reach out the particular size 4 3. Now I'm going to add one more element 4 4. Now it will become the 8 here. I'm going to add, see. So basically how it is working here is, so let me first clear the everything here. I'm clearing. So now the particular capacity is 0 and the particular count is 0 here. Capacity and count, and to make it clear, capacity of the array is 0, this one. Count of the array is this one. Okay. So here there is no element in that particular array. Now the capacity is 0 and the count of the array is 0 here. So here we are clear, right? This point of time. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is here remove this clear, and I'm going to add one element into that particular array list with the add method with name ABC and phone number. Okay. So this is one element I'm adding. Now what it will happen is, so once I run this one, now the capacity become the 4 and the count will become the 1. How it will considering here is, even if you add one element into that particular array, it is going to create the 4 element buffer space for you. 4 element, that's a static 4 elements of buffer space it's going to create. Even though if you add one element, another 3 empty it's gonna be the create the size with the 4 here. That means still we do have the 3 we can add the 3 elements into that particular array. Up to the elements reach the 4, it's this capacity still become the 4 only. Up to that particular 4 elements added to that particular array list, the capacity will become the 4 only. If I insert the 5th element, the capacity will become the 8. Okay. If I insert the 9th element, the capacity will become the 12. It is going to be create the 3 more extra spaces while you are inserting a particular element.
Okay.
So let me explain here. So now the capacity what we have seen 4, and the size count what we have seen is 1. So I'm going to add one more element. Here I'm going to add one more element with the name def. If I execute this one, my still my capacity is 4 only, but my count increased by 1, right? Raj.
Yeah, but here two count, but four all is there. Two means then we should write one more three, right?
No. Until it reach the fourth element, the capacity will become the 4 only. If I insert the
Oh,
fifth element, it will add the 3 more spaces.
yeah, yeah,
Three
got
more,
it.
three more. Like if you see, I'm going to add 2 more element. So same for
Okay.
our explanation. I'm going to add same element. Now the capacity is 4 only, and the count become the 4. Now try to add the one more element here.
Fifth element will become seven count. Okay.
Now as I added the fifth element, the count will become the fifth, but my capacity will increase it by 8.
Eight. Yeah.
Okay, so if I insert the 11th, ninth element, then the capacity will go to the 12. So let's see that one as well. Up to 8, the size will become the 8 only. 8 elements we have. Sorry, 16, it go automatically to 16. So 10 means, no. If you see how many we have, 5. 8 automatically it will become the, let's try to add this one. I'm going to clear. It will automatically taking the size. Remove. And I'm going to clear this one. Size. And add this 4. Now we have the 4 elements. And now see the size here. 8, 5. 5 elements we have. And let's add one more element. 6th element. 7th element. 8th element. So till 8 we'll see the count. Till 8 we have the 8 and 8. When I'm trying to add the ninth element, so it's become the 16 here. The size automatically go by double here. 8 we have, previously 4, and double it will become 8. And 8 we have, and double it will become 16. So that kind of
No,
auto grow.
1 to 4, it will be like
As a
4
first we have 1. It will automatically grow by 4. That is the default mechanism what they defined. And
for one
after
count. For one count, it become
4,
four capacity. For
yes,
8 count,
it will
for
become the 8 capacity, and
yeah, for 8 count,
ninth count it will become the 16 capacity.
why it become
Automatic.
double?
So that's the algorithm what they built.
Yeah, algorithm should be like 12, right?
No. Basically, how they increasing is if I add the 8 as a 8 elements in my array, uh, till 8 it will the capacity will become the 8 only. If I add the ninth element, then it automatically increase by 16. Means
Okay.
the ninth element, when I'm trying to insert the ninth element, whatever the previous size we have, 8. Previous capacity what we have is 8 only, right?
Mm-hmm.
That become the double here, means 16. And let's see, like if we see the 16 here, how we can so as of now how many we have? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. and remove the 2. So 16, 16. We have 16 count and 16. I'm going to add the one more element. So we can see how they build the, see, it becomes the 32. Initially, they took the size, capacity as 4. Okay. Once it reaches the particular count, it will become the double. And once it reaches the particular count, it will become the double. And once it reaches particular count, it will become the double. So did you understand us?
Yeah, understood.
So basically for every for an element, so if I have clear this one, the size will become 4. So by default capacity for that particular for that particular array is 4, and once it reach out that particular capacity, it will become the double, which is 8, and once it reach out that particular capacity, it will become 8. 8 into 2, which will become 16, and again it reaches 16, it will become 32, and once it
Mm-hmm.
reaches 32, it will become 64. So that's how auto grow it will happen. So that is the use of the capacity, and that is the use of count. Count will help us to identify how many elements are there in that particular array. Capacity will help us to identify how many elements it can hold in that particular array. How many elements it can hold with that particular array. That's how these two, capacity and count, will be useful in our C#. So those are the thing. And let's see whatever other methods are there. Third, so add, we have seen add range, I'm not sure what it is, and binary search, I'm not sure what it is, and capacity we just discussed, and clear is helpful to clear all the elements in that particular array. So if I have the array list which is having 20 elements, if I want to clear all my elements and I want to reinsert my all the elements, then what we can do is we can make use of this clear method. This clear method will help us to clear the array elements inside the array. And a clone, the advantage of this clone is it will create the copy of the same array. So if you see here, so create the shallow copy of that particular array list, means same copy of array. I have an array list. If I want to create the same copy of an array list, I can use this clone method and I can create that one. Okay. So this is one. And coming to the contents, what it is a particular element. See what this contains means. If I have the list of array elements, I want to identify whether my array list contains this particular element or not. So for example, I have list of names. Okay, I want to identify this particular name is available in that particular array list or not. Then I can use this contains method. Contains method will help us to determine the or to identify the particular elements which are reside in that particular array. That's where we can use this contains. And copy to, I'm not sure here. And count we already seen, which will help us to identify how many elements we have in that particular array list. And if you come down, equal, these are all I never use these things. And index of and insert we already seen, which will help us to insert the element into the particular array by specifying the position. And insert range, is fixed site is reads only last index of, and remove will help us to remove the particular element from the array list. Okay, so if I have a list of elements, if I want to remove the particular array element in the particular list, it will become the I can make use of this remove method. Okay, let's see how we can work with the remove. So let's add this one. So this is kind of useful in our programming. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. We have 4 elements, and if I iterate this, I can get the capacity as 4 and the count as 4 here. And if I want to iterate my array elements, I can iterate it. These are the values I have. Now what I want to do is, if there is a need, I want to delete the element, I want to remove an element from the array, what I can do is, I can write this phone number and the remove method. Okay, remove method object. What I can do is, I can mention this. What I can mention. Okay. So if I try to execute this one, so whatever the element we pass, DEF is removed from the array, and after remove, once we iterate our array list, the capacity will become 3, and DEF we are not able to see here. So this is how we can make use of this remove method to remove any element in that particular array list. So this is the useful method. So this is the one, and we do have another method similarly, which is called as phone number dot remove yet. Okay, so remove at. The difference between the remove and remove at is, in remove, to remove a particular element, you need to pass the value. Based on the value, it will remove that particular element. But if you see remove at, it will accept the index value to remove the element. It is accepting index value to remove the element. If I pass the 2 or 1 as the element, what will happen? In one position, the DEF is there. Instead of writing this one, I can still write this one. So basically, to remove the DEF value from the array, one way what we can do is, we can make use of this remove method. By giving the particular value, it will automatically remove that particular value from the array list. Another way what we have is, we have the remove at method. By specifying the index, we can remove the values. Here the index of that particular DEF value is 1. If I pass the 1, automatically it will delete this one and remove this line of code and try to execute this one. So it will remove the DEF from the particular array list, and now we can able to see the ABC, GHI and JKL only.
Okay.
So this is how the remove and remove it will help us. So basically whatever I am explaining, add, insert, count, capacity, and the remove it, those are the useful in our programming. Others, like if you see here, with my with my experience and with my programming, I never use this these kind of things like binary search with the array list and the add range, clone. Even clone also we will never we never use that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that content copy to, there are very rare situation where we can work on it, but the few of the things are very useful. So add, we definitely need add method to add the element. Insert, we need insert, we definitely need to insert particular position, an element in that particular position. Capacity we need, and we always need this count. Okay, so because in our programming we best instead of this capacity, we will use this count to identify how many elements are there. So this is the useful one. And another useful one what we have is insert. Insert we already seen. And other thing what we have is remove, and remove at we just seen. And reverse. So reverse also useful one, and the sort also useful one. So the reverse and sort, the purpose of the reverse is it will automatically reverse the elements in that particular array list. And the sort will become, it will automatically sort the elements in the ascending order inside the elements, inside that particular array elements. So that's how these two methods are working. And what we have is a two-string true array, trim to size. So these are all the methods what we have in our array list. Basically, what we can understand with this array list here is array list will help us to store the any data type values into an array, which is automatically grow. The limitation of arrays with the size we overcome with this array list. So here we can add an elements into an array. We can use the add method to add the elements into an array, and at the same time if there is a need to add the particular element into the particular position, at the same time for that we need to use this insert method. And to get the count, we have a count method, and we if you want to remove the element from an array list, we still have one method which is called as remove. By specifying the value, we can able to remove that one. And if we want to specify the element, sorry, if we want to remove the element by giving the index value, we have one option which is called as remove at. So using those methods, we can operate, we can perform some kind of operations here. So those will help us to perform the operations to work with the array. Okay. So this is the one important concept we have in C#, which is called as array list. So Raj, do you have any questions on that particular part, array list,
No,
and how we
no.
can work? So now can you please just explain what is the differences we found in array and array list? What differences we found? We have seen array. We have now we have seen array list as well. What are the differences you found, and which one is useful for us?
In array we can give directly, but in array list we can add, we can remove at particular one by giving particular line to remove, like which line we want to remove.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in array is that we have some disadvantage also, like we cannot give, like if we once we initiated particular space, then we cannot add any other. If we give like 10 numbers, we cannot add. If we give 11th number, we cannot do.
Yes, yes, that is the one limitation what we have. So
Yeah,
the size is the one limit we have in arrays, and we just overcome that into the array list, which is
yeah.
automatically grow. So that's how this is the like in our programming, most of the cases where there is a need of storing an element, we will just prefer with this array list rather than this array. But there is a significant difference between the array and the other array list and the array. That means I will explain that thing in once we come to the particular generic collection. I will explain that thing.
Okay.
So this is one thing. So let's move to the another collection. So another collection what we have is a hash table. Another collection what we have is hash table. So this is also comes under the collection category only. So I will list out what all comes under the particular collection. So here let me note down collections. So we have one thing called array list, which will become the collection. Array list comes under the collection. At the same time, hash table also comes under the collection, and also stack we have collection, we have queue, sorted list queue we have, and after that we have one thing called sorted list also there. Sorted list we have, and comes under the generic collections. Generic collections we have dictionary. No, first we have list. Okay, and later we have dictionary, and later we have stack, and later we have queue, and later we have sorted list. These are the collections category, and these are the generic collection category. So array list will become the list in generic collection. Hash table will become the dictionary in generic collection, but these three are same in our generic collection and normal collection. So I will show you the difference what we have in list and the generic collection. Sorry, generic collection and the collection. So once we move to the generic collection, now we can able to understand that. For now, I will keep that on top. Okay, this is the thing. And let's go and see the hash table. This is the hash table example. Let's see how this hash table will work. Okay. So as we have seen this particular array list, in order to work with the hash table also, we need system.collection namespace, and uh, uh, to create the object for our hash table, we need a class. We need to create the object for our class, which is called as hash table. Okay. So and similarly, whatever the method we use for array list to add the elements, we can still use this add method to add the elements into that hash table. Okay. So the difference between the array list and hash table is here we have the in hash table we have the key and value pairs. Key and value pair, whereas the array list will have only value pair. Okay, so previously we basically at the first time we want to add our phone numbers with our friends. How we did? We have added those phone numbers along with the value itself. So Raj, I found that phone number. But this is not the correct way of doing the two things at one value itself. Okay, so if I use the same concept for the array list, there is a limitation. Let me show you that limitation here. So basically, what I'm going to do here is same concept what we did for array list. I'm going to repeat here. Array list. I'm going to add phone numbers here. Here new array list. Okay. So how we have added the phone numbers? Phone numbers that add method. Here we have provided the values. How we have provided values? So for our understanding, so if I just give the phone numbers here, so there is a no indication which phone number for which phone number it belongs, right? So if I give this one like this, and similarly here like this, if I have the number, so are we able to identify this number belongs to Raj, or this number belongs to me, or this number belongs to Muzaffar? Raj, is there
Well,
any indication here?
no,
So here basically I created one array list with the four numbers where I want to store my four numbers here, right? So previously what we did, if I want to store the phone numbers like this, if I stored my all values by only the phone numbers, is there any indication this phone number belongs to that particular person? No, right?
no. In there we don't have any
Indication.
indication.
So for that, what we have done here itself, we just add one name with the
Yeah.
hyphen. Okay. Here we have this Muzaffar and the hyphen, and again we had this hyphen. So now I can identify this number belongs to Raj, this one belongs to this person, and this one belongs to this person, right? Okay. So, but I will show you the one disadvantage with this. So, if I want to add one more number here like this, here, will it give any error? This is a duplicate value, right?
Yeah.
So I am adding same number into my array list, which is not, which is going to take another memory, which is going to occupy the waste memory in my array list. Okay. So, but there any way to correct this? Is there any way this particular array list can say this Madan is duplicated here? There is
No.
no such kind of way here. So let it do the same thing with the hash table, and we can see the difference here. Hash table, what I am going to do is same phone number concept. I am going to use it here. Phone number, and here phone number add, phone number add, and phone number add. Okay. For this, what I am going to do is this I am giving it as a RAS as a key value, and the number what I am going to do is add this one, and this is for Muzaffar. Okay, and his number is this one. Okay, and I am going to add one more element with name this one. Okay, and number is this one. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to add the same kind of stuff here. Okay, so if I am going to do this one, let's say let's first comment out this one and see how it will work. It is giving an error. The Madan key been added. So it's saying that item has already been added. Key in dictionary. The Madan is a key being added. So now we've got the difference between the array list and the hash table. Raj, this is Raj.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So here we have seen two different things. First, we started with the array list where I can store the this phone number along with the name. In that thing, the good thing with this array list is I can add any element, any type of element I want to add, I can add it. But the limitation, but our scenario is I want to add the phone numbers into my particular array, so particular collection. If that is the case, if I choose the array list here, if I repeated my number and the name, it's still taking here. It is not giving any error, which is a duplicate value into my array list. Even it is a duplicate value, this array list will not give any indication to you. But if I take the hash table basically is used to create the key and value pairs. Key and value pairs. Here the key is the name and the value is numbers. If the key is duplicated, it will give an error because as it is a key, it need to be a unique one. Okay, so that's why our hash table, if I choose the hash table to store some kind of key and value pairs, that key need not to be repeat. That key, this key need to be unique value. So that's where we are using this hash table. The purpose of using this hash table is wherever there is a need of storing the key along with the value pairs, then we need to use this hash table. The best advantage of this hash table is it will give the all distinct value for that particular hash table. So if I want to add a duplicate value with the duplicate name, it will not allow to add that particular duplicate key into our list. If you want to, you can give the different name and different number, but the key always need to be different here.
Same name, different number you cannot give.
Same name, different number we can't give, but different name, different. This need to be a unique one. This key, this first part is called as key and the second part is called as a value. Key and value pair. This is the key and this is the value. The key always need to be a distinct one, which need to be unique one, but value need to value if you want to give duplicate you can give it, but as long as key you will not duplicate, value you can't duplicate it.
Now we give two names Madan, right? It is accepting.
No, it's not accepting. That's why it is giving an error. Once I execute this, it is giving an error. That's I already executed and show it to you. So if you
Yeah, I got. I'm asking. We can give either. We can change the number value. I'm asking.
no, it will not allow you. So the key need to be a at least this need to be changed with mother space m or something like that. Then only it will take. Now it will take. It is not giving any error. Okay. So the key always need to be a different one. So wherever there is a need of storing the key along with the value, then we need to choose this hash table. Array list will allow to array list is useful to store the values into that particular array list, but it is not suitable for key and value pairs. But if there is a need of storing the key and value pairs in array, then we need to use this hash table. Hash table is the best collection where we can store the key and value pairs. Okay. Raj, do you have any questions here or we are fine?
Um,
Raj, do you have any questions?
No, no, no.
So what you understand between array list and the hash table?
Yeah, the main concept is making of a duplication. But
Mm-hmm.
in array list, if you give same values, it will be executable. But in a hash table, it never be executable. It
Yes,
says that it throws an error that we cannot be accessible same like key and value and key value.
correct. Yeah, that key always need to be a different one.
Different.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is
Key
the
is different, value is different, right?
yeah. That means if a key is different, automatically value will be different. So same.
Okay.
See, for this same, I can give the same number. This key is different, but I can say give the value is same.
Mm-hmm.
Value it will not consider.
Oh,
It
only key it be considering. Okay.
it will consider only key. Key always need to be different or unique one. So if you know, like we have the SQL server, right? If you have the SQL server, if you create any table there, if you create the primary key, it will be the unique one. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how this concept working here. Hash table will help us to store the key and value page in as a collection. The best advantage of this hash table is the key value will never repeat. The key will never repeat in the hash table, but value can be repeat. So here we are seeing same thing. Let me enable this for sorry. So if I execute this one, oh, key is key of I. The value for the key is count. Four values here we have, and the number we have four numbers dot count I four of I, which is high value. Okay,
I think the count we should keep uh,
which one? No, no.
one more.
So
Count is the correct one
yeah, that's correct only. So this
because we have four, right? Four for one value will be kind of four count, right?
no, no, count is same only. That count means how many values we have in the hash table.
Yeah, yeah,
Capacity is different.
yeah, different. Yeah, capacity.
Yeah. So if I use the count, I can get this value. But what we got is here is a dot to string.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
giving an error. I is an equal to I less than I plus plus 4. It will work. The key value 4 of I. 4 of I. 4 of I. Okay. 4 of I and okay, this means 4 of 4 of I 1 it will come. 1 means this is the one. Instead of this one, so can't we get the value? Control Y. Okay. I instead of I, what we need? The rows. This one we need. If you give this one will come like this. I equal to 1, then this one. This I equal to 2, then this one I equal to 3, then this one, and I equal to 4, this one.
I think we should submit from 0 or what?
Here we just started from 1, 0 only. Here also we can have the 0 only.
Okay, fine, no problem.
So because I took 4 less than here. So now we have the values like this 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. We get the values like this. Basically what I did is, so I took the hash table and I created an object for our hash table, and with this object with the add key add method, I'm giving the key as names here, Raj, Muzaffar, Madan, like this, and along with this values as phone numbers. Key is name and value is phone number. In this hash table, if you want to repeat the key, it is not possible here. So the key value always need to be, the key always need to be unique in hash table, whereas a value you can duplicate it. Okay, so that's how this hash table will work here. So similar functions all we have, whatever the functions whatever the methods we have, that all methods we have: clear, clone, contains, copy to, count, that capacity, that all we have here, remove, value, so that all we can have. So these are all methods are same only. The functionality is slightly different. In array list, we can able to store only values, whereas hash table we can able to store the key along with this value. So that is the only difference between the hash table and the array list. But one more difference we have is, in hash table, as we are using the keys, those keys always need to be unique values. So that's the only one thing we need to remember while working with this hash table. Okay, so this is one, and let's see what we have. Another one, stack. So this is the another one which is available in the collection. Another one what we have in collection is, so we just done with array list hash table. Now we are going to discuss about a stack. So what is the stack here? So we know stack is nothing but a particular first in last out order. So what does it mean is, if I have one thing, one functionality which need to be, whichever first inserted, that need to be last out. So first in, first out order if I want to follow for that particular scenario, then we need to use this stack as a collection.
One doubt,
Stack,
even Q also first in, first out, right?
that is first in, first out.
Okay,
Here
this one
the
first.
first in, last out.
Okay,
So whoever first entered, it will come out as a last person.
okay,
So whereas the queue, first in, first out. Whoever entered in the first, he will come out as a first member. So that is the difference. So same here also, in order to create any stack collection, what we need here is, we need system.collection namespace, and we need a stack class to create the object. But here we have a slight difference here. In array list and hash table, to insert any element, we use the add method. But here for the stack, we have one method to insert the element, which is called as push method. Push
Okay.
method is used to add or insert the element into an stack. Okay. Push method is useful to insert the values into a stack. Okay. Once I insert the elements into my stack, the retrieval process is different. So whoever comes into the first, they will comes last. Okay, so let's see how it will work. So here I have created one stack object and I inserted, I added three elements here, Madan, Kumar and Mamidala. And if I loop my stack, so the values will come out in different order. Whatever the inserted, that will come differently in our output. Let's see how it will work. So basically, we insert the values as Madan Kumar Mamidala, but it's coming as Mamidala Madan Kumar, right?
Okay.
So because the order which stack follows, first in last out.
Mm-hmm.
We this Madan entered first and Kumar entered second and this Mamidala entered last. But the outcome what we are seeing, this Mamidala will come first, Kumar will come next, and Madan will come as last. So this is the way this particular stack will helpful in this scenario. So first in, last out. So this is the collection what we have in our C sharp to insert the element into the particular stack. We are having the push method. To using that push method, we can insert the elements into the array, sorry, the stack. Whereas in the retrieval process is different compared to the insertion process. So here the process which stack follows is first in, last out. Whoever first in on that particular stack, they will come as last person. That's how the stack functionality will work here. Stack will follow the first in, last out mechanism. Okay. So here also, if you see in stack, similarly that all methods, whatever we have, clear, clone, copy to, that all we have. Along with this, we have push method, pop method, peek method. These three are very important while working with this stack. Push method will help us to insert or add the elements to the stack, whereas the pop method and peek method will help us to remove the elements from the stack. Okay. So basically in our array list or hash table, to add the elements, we use the add method and sometimes we use insert method. But here in stack, we have three different methods. One is push, which will help us to add the elements into stack, whereas the pop method will help us to remove the elements from the stack. And the peek also will help us to remove the elements from the stack. There is a slight difference between the pop and peek. We will see in a next example. Okay, so here we have push. In push, as I said, push will help us to add the element to the stack. Let's see how a pop will work here. Pop will work here. Instead of doing this one, so it doesn't require any value. It always remove at the last. Push pop. So if I execute this one, so whatever the element at last, it will remove automatically. It will only give the two elements. Pop method will remove one element at a time, that always remove at last. The last element will be removed here from the stack. Okay, so there is a difference between the pop and pick, and let's see with an example. Okay, so this stack what we have is so in stack we have added the element, the quick brown fox, like that we have added an element. To display the stack, we have written one method which is called as for each loop, which will print the values and the values of that particular stack here. So here, to remove the elements from the particular stack, if we use this, we can use this pop method. The pop method will help us to remove the elements, and at the same time uh, this peek method also will help us to remove the elements. Okay, so the peek method will help us to remove the elements. Let's see how this pop method will work and how this peek method will work. So what we are doing, first we are removing the element from the stack with this pop method, and again we are just displaying the output. So how we are displaying the output? By writing this method. And again what we are doing, we are removing one more element from the stack by calling this pop method, and again we are displaying the values whatever we have. And after that we are using this peek method, and we are displaying the values. Let's see how this pop method will work and how this peek method will work. So here, sorry, first we call print method, and we have this all stack elements. The output what we have is fox, brown, quick, the. So it's come as a first in last out order. So that's fine, like we got the output. And we are using the pop method to delete an element. Now what will happen? One method is deleting. With this line of code, one value is deleting. Now we are seeing brown, quick, the. Brown, quick, the. Fox is deleted because it is available at last. It got deleted. Now again we are calling this pop method. Now what will happen? This brown is deleted. Okay, now we have quick and the only in our stack. Now what we are doing is here we are calling this peek method. Okay, so now what will happen? We are using this peek method, and if I print the values, so sorry, so here what we are using is pop method, and we display the output, and the console.writeLine and the peek method. So what it will do, it will remove the element, and it will print whatever the element we have removed, that it will print here. But actual element will not remove from the particular stack. Actual element will not remove from the particular stack. So Raj, hello? Raj, are you there?
I'm
Raja,
there.
yeah.
No,
So
I'm there. Actually, I put mute.
okay, so I'm just explaining the difference between the push, pop, and peek method. Push method will help us to add the elements into the stack, whereas pop method will help us to remove the elements from the stack. But we do have the one more method which is called as peek method. So I'm differentiating between the pop and the peek method. Till now, till now we are clear. Like this push method is helpful to insert the element, and if I print the values, what I can see is as we are using the stack here. So actually our values in the stack is the quick brown fox. But if I print the output as we are having the stack, we are getting the values in first and last out order. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so for last what we have entered fox here, fox, brown, quick, the. This is the order we got from the stack. So till now we are clear. Now the thing is, here I am writing one pop method. I explained you pop method will help us to remove the elements from the stack. So if you see, so what element it got removed? First pop method will remove fox here because the fox entered at last, right? We have four elements. The quick brown fox. So if I delete the element, which element will delete automatically? This fox will delete automatically because it is there at last position, because it is gonna delete first here. And again I am writing this pop method. So then what value it will remove? This brown value. Okay. Now again I am writing this peek method. What is the purpose of this peek method is it will remove the elements here. So if I use the peek method, so two elements already removed and we have only two elements in the stack. If I use a peek method, then what will happen is the method the value which is going to be removed is will be print here, but actually that will not remove from the stack. From the physical stack it is not going to be removed. So it is just whatever the last element we have, it will just get and show it to you. So this peek method will get the whatever the element is going to be is ready for deletion, that will get and show it to you, but it will not remove that value from the stack. Whereas the pop method will remove permanently from the stack itself. Okay, Raj.
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting.
No, let's make it simple here. So what we are doing here is let me repeat again. I have the stack which is having four elements. Let's clear everything. Okay. So now you please explain me like what is this push method, Raj?
Yeah, yes, sir. Tell me.
What is this push method?
Push method is used for the value to,
To insert the values into the stack, right?
yeah.
Okay. So now you are clear. We
Yeah,
push
push is
method.
to insert the value. Pop is to take out to remove the value. That's okay for me.
Yes.
And if you're using stack, because it's come like first in first out. The fox will be first and D will be last. That's
Correct.
okay.
Yes. So now I want to explain one more. We have one more method which is called as peek method. So
Yeah.
let first do the pop here, and we will do the peek method. So what I'm going to do is my stack ms my
Pop means
stack.
what you're doing?
Yeah, yeah. Pop means it will remove elements.
Push, then push method also remove the elemental, right?
Push will insert the values, right? Here what you said
Yeah.
is the
Push
insertion.
insert. Okay.
Push will insert the value. Pop will remove the value. So
Okay, and why are you using pop? I'm asking because we want to insert the value, right?
and then I'm trying to explain you what are the all methods are available here.
Okay, 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 okay. Sorry, sorry.
So the push we already explained, which we will use for inserting the values. We
Okay.
have one more method for this tag, which is called as pop method to delete the element. So here I have written one method. Okay, so instead of writing here, what I'm gonna do is I can write it here. Okay, so first I'm going to print my values. For each loop, I'm going to use the for each loop, and I'm printing my values here. Okay, so and again what I'm going to do is I'm deleting one element, and again I'm printing my all values. Once deletion happen, I'm printing my all values. So for now, comment this one and execute the program. We are not doing anything. We just enter the values and we are just printing the values. We enter the values into the stack and we print those values. So as it is follows the first in last out order, Fox will print first, Brown quick the print accordingly. So till now we are clear. I hope you are clear with this concept here up to here.
Mm.
So up
Mm.
to here you are fine, right? Now what I'm going to do is
Yeah.
I'm going to use one more method here, which is called as pop method. Now I'm going to print the same values here. Once I use the pop method, I'm printing the values. Okay, so instead of doing this one, what we can do is a right line, uh, right line. So here before insertion, console dot write line before use of usage before use before calling pop method. Before calling pop method, here this is console.writeLine after calling pop method. So now we will see the output here. So before calling pop method, here also what we can do is console.write at the end slash, and if I write, okay, let's see in the output here. The before calling pop method, our values will be fox, brown, quick, and the. After we can give one more space, what I can have is just console dot write line. Okay, so before calling the pop method, the values will be like this. And once we call this pop method, one element is getting deleted, which is fox is getting deleted here from the stack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to see? So
Yeah, yeah.
before calling the pop method, we have four elements and we displayed four elements. After calling pop method, one element got deleted, which is the fox element, and now we have only three elements: brown, quick, they. And again, what I'm going to do is again I'm going to call this pop method. Again, I'm going to call this pop method and see the difference. So I'm going to call this pop method again. Now what will have?
Next one will be there.
It will delete the brown Now we have only
Yeah.
quick and the. Okay.
Okay,
So
got it.
till now we are clear. Now instead of using this pop method, I'm going to use this peak method, and we'll see the difference. Here pop method, right? From here to here, I'm going to take. Okay. Here I'm using peak method. So I'm going to write this before
No,
mm,
change that peak here.
correct.
Console right.
Comes after calling a peak method. Peak method. So I'm going to write this one. So see, are we able to see anything after calling peak method?
No.
No, right? But what this peak will do is it will insert, it will show that particular value here. It will get the value. It will not remove the value. It will get the value here. See, we can see the difference. After calling peak method, what we have slash n, right? Peak, where I can see after calling peak here slash n, remove this one. After calling peak, the value is control.writeLine. Yeah, first we will explain this one. Yeah. So basically, even though if we use this peak method, we don't have any difference in our stack, right? But let's see
Mm.
what is the use of this peak method. The use of this peak method is where I can write here console.writeLine, the use of peak method. Use of peak method. What is this use of peak method? Console.writeLine. The last element which is available to come out from stack not peak. Okay. The use of peak method here. Yeah. So now we can see this. So we use first we got all the element. We use the pop method. We deleted one element. Again we use the one more pop method. We deleted one more element. And after that we use this peak method. Once we use this peak method, we still have the quick and the. Those are not deleted here. So now I have written one more method. Let's have a space here. Use this one to have clear understanding. Yeah. Now what we did is I'm trying to explaining the concept of this peak. I have written one console write line statement stating that the use of the peak statement. So what we have written here, so sorry, so once I execute this one, so here I have written that the use of the peak method, and again in console write line statement I have written that the element which is available to come out of the stack, the next element which is available to come out of the stack. So here we have 4 elements. First initially we do have 4 elements. We deleted this one and we deleted this one. And which one is ready to come out from this particular stack? Which one is ready to come out from this stack? Russ?
Quick. Quick.
Quick, right? Thus element this will get. This peak method will help us to get the element which is ready to come out from the stack.
Okay.
So this will not do anything, like this will not basically this peak method will not delete anything, but the purpose of this peak method is it will get the element which is ready to come out.
Okay.
Okay, so if I write one more delete method here, so for example, if I write one more pop method before this particular peak method, now we will have only this the. Now the peak method will return the as the next available value which is come out from this stack. Okay, did you understand, Russ?
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, can you please explain what is this push, pop, and the peak? So with this example, just with this example, I have a screenshot here.
Yeah, the main function of pop is
No,
if
no,
you want
first
to insert.
explain the push one. Push will help us to add the elements
Yeah,
to the stack.
the main function of push is it helps us to insert the value.
Yes, correct.
Then if you want to remove the value, we'll call the pop
Yes,
method,
correct. Which will
and the
remove the, which will follow the first in last out order.
yeah,
So
because it's a stack, right? So it will
yes,
follow from first and last out. So it will remove from last value from the last value to it will be removing on.
yes, correct. So
And the
and
main difference
yes,
here,
correct.
why do we use peak method is
Yeah.
it decides which value to be removed next.
Yes, sir. So it will give the value which is ready to remove next. Okay.
Okay.
So as I have these two, which will be ready to remove, quick will be ready to remove. Okay. So that's how
Yeah.
the insert the peak method will help us.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the purpose of push, pop, and peak. So this is one thing, and the same thing for queue as well. So the same mechanism we have, but it will follow the first in first out order. Only difference
So
what we have
both
is
are same, but Q is
both are
first in first out. So
first
it
out.
will decide the first value which to be removed.
Correct. Same thing it will follow. So we just need
Okay.
to change this one. So
Stack into Q.
yeah, stack into queue. So once
Okay.
if I say change this one, the functionality will automatically. Okay, but the methods are different here. Here what we have is NQ and DQ. So only this thing is NQ and DQ methods are there, and still we have the this one. Here we have the NQ
Q.
and
Okay.
DQ. DQ DQ method is there, and here also instead of pop we have DQ, but still we have this peak method. Peak will be available for the both stack and the queue. So the functionality is different. So if I try to execute this one, so we have the the quick brown fox. So the output, whatever we enter, this will come like that only, first in first out, the quick brown fox. And after calling the pop method, which one is going to be removed? The will going to be removed because it is following the first in first out order. It is
Yes.
going to remove the and again it is going to remove the quick, and now it is showing that which one is going to remove, ready to remove? Brown. Brown
Yeah.
is ready to remove that one, and that value it is going to give here. Okay. So that is only difference between the push, sorry, this stack and the queue. Okay. So let me summarize what we have explained with this collections till now. So till now we have seen 4 collections. One is ArrayList, HashTable, Stack and Queue. In ArrayList, so first before using any of the collection, we need to use one namespace which is called as
Collection.
system.collections. Okay,
Mhm.
ArrayList will help us to insert the any number of values into the array by using the add method. And if we want to insert the element by specifying the position, we have the insert method. Okay, to clear the elements from the array, we have a clear method, and to get the count, we have the count method for that particular array list, and we have the capacity, and we have the remove method and remove it as well. Those are the basic things which is useful our programming. And after that we have seen the hash table. Hash table will mainly useful to handle or store key value pair. Hash table basically use it to store the key value combination. Okay, and one more advantage of that hash table is it will not allow duplicate keys. It will not allow the duplicate keys. After that, we have seen stack. The uses the order which stack is follows first in last out order. First in last out order. Here to insert the elements to the stack, we have the push method. To remove the element from the stack, we have the pop method. To get the element which is ready to be delete, that gonna give by the peak method. And the same thing, we have the queue here. This queue will help us, the queue will follow the first in first out order. To insert the values into the queue, we have the enqueue method. To delete the value from the queue, we have the dequeue method. And to get the element which is ready to be deleted, we have the this one like peak method. These are all the things. And we have the one more collection which is called as sorted list. And let's see how we can work with this sorted list. So this is very similar to the hash table. Let's see how we can work it. So sorted list, I may not list it down here. Control F, sorted list. Okay. So let me explain how we can work with this sorted list. Sorted list also will work as a similar fashion of sorted list here. And how we can work with the sorted list is similarly to hash table. Sorted list of add. So it is also having the key and value pairs. Also having key and value pairs. Let's do my sorted list which I'm taking here is IDs. Okay, so if I take the IDs, so here ID I'm giving as 1 and the name I'm giving as ABC. Okay, and 3, 5, 2, 4. So 2 TEF GHI JKL MNO. So this is the values I have given. Okay, the collection what we have is okay. So IDs collection. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is, so let me first explain how we created the sorted list here. So we have a sorted list and we have created object for that with the name IDs. With that object, I'm going to add key and value pairs like this. My key is this one and value is this one, key is this, value is this, key is this, value is this. Like that we have added the elements here. And here if you see all keys are unique keys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute this one. So what order we have given? 1, 3, 5, 2, 4. A, B, C, G, H, I, M, N, O, D, E, F, J, K, L. But the output what we are getting? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Okay. So that means the sorted list will help us automatically sort the elements in ascending order. Even though if you give the elements whatever the order you want, that will automatically sorted the information in ascending order. Okay, Raj?
I'm getting.
Yeah, so basically sorted list will help us to sorted the elements inside that particular collection. So to sort the elements in the collection, we need to, if you take the sorted list, it will automatically sort and will give the output as a ascending order. So that is how this sorted list will work. So if I change this to hash table, same thing if I change this to hash table, let's see how it will work. Same thing, I haven't changed anything. Just I change the that class name from sorted list to the hash table. Now try to explain, try to execute this. What is this?
Same thing. I think you
Uh,
can go for console right line.
No, no, A, B, C, D, F, it will not come like this. Basically something, okay. Yeah, here what we have done is, here the ID value we have given. So I value is coming here, ID of I. Means I value is 1. The one value of the value is this ABC. And it will come 2. 2 become this one and 3 become this one. So instead of doing this one, let's write one more thing. Now what I can write is for each loop. Okay, this collection name is this one. Conjunction rate.
hash table, right?
Yeah, so IDs dot, sorry, item dot collection. How we can get the key value page. We can display the getting the key values. Okay, see how we can, which is queue, right? DQ and generic list
Hash
student,
table.
generic collection, queue, function dictionary, sorted list we have. Yeah, this is the one we have. No,
So this is generic one code collections, right?
yeah, dictionary. CT. Next, dictionary one from one. The key value one. This is not the correct one. So how to sort? How to get alternative key values from hash table key values from hash table. For each dictionary item contains field. This is not hash table. Dictionary hash table. Dictionary dot value dictionary dot key in client list dictionary entry. So dictionary entry. Okay, client list entry dot key. Okay. Now we can see this. So what order we got using this hash table? We got what is this 54321? No, this is not the correct. From dictionary, what we have 52431. 52431. How it is get sorted list? And if I use this sorted list, we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I have as the value I can get is A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, and as a hash table M, N, O, A, B, C. So this is a descending order we are getting here. ID is hash table. Okay. So this is
Generally, hash table you get same order only, right?
no, hash table will not get the same order. See how it is getting. So I'm using
Hash
the
table.
hash table. So I'm iterating the list and I'm getting the value here.
Yeah.
So dictionary entry dot value. So
Key
if
and
I
value should be cannot be same. That only right. Hash table.
yeah hash table key and value will not be same right line.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here is this one key key and value key and value key and value key is 0 and value what I'm going to do is this one 1 comma 1 key. So now let's see this key 5 4 3 2 1. If I use the hash table we are getting the reverse order. Okay, so I'm going to use the sorted list here. Sorted list which will give the ascending order we are getting. If I use the hash table, the order is different, which is we are getting the descending order. When we come to the sorted list, we are able to get the ascending order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even we insert 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, it is coming in order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how we are able to get the output using the sorted list. So if I revert this one with the hash table, the reverse order 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we are able to get it here. So that is the difference between the sorted list and the hash table. But both will have the key and value pairs. Sorted list also having the key and value pairs. At the same time, now hash table also having the key and value pairs. So this is how the sorted list and hash table will work here. Okay. So we have a generic collection and we will take in next session. Okay. So basically